What's up, everyone? And welcome back to another fantastic, perfect day. This will be about self-love, unconditional love, searching for the self in the exploration for the self journey. One comes across many crossroads, one of those being the crossroads between good and great. Every choice that we make and that we have made brings us to where we are. It's obvious, however, and yet important to state, because the choice you make now until forever will lead you to your destiny. And people want to know, what is my destiny? What is my purpose? That's the number one daunting question that a human being has at this point in time. In this point in time, the search for that self creates choices. You cannot find yourself without making choices. You cannot find your purpose, destiny, without making choices. When we cease to choose, that is a choice. How is this related to self-love? When we cease to choose to love ourselves, we are choosing the opposite. When you do not choose, that is a choice. When I do not choose, I'm making a choice. And because I chose not to choose, my choice is the anti-choice. Let me make this make sense, if it does not already. I had an experience in my life recently where I could have chosen pain over love. I went through pain to see love, but I was choosing the love while being in the pain. Because if I didn't choose love, the absence of the choice of love would have been the choice of pain because of where I was. I was in a state where something outside of me I was allowing to cause internal doubt, frustration. And it came to a point where I said, hold on, right now I'm choosing the doubt and the frustration. That's my choice, Makaija, not that person, not that thing. I had to take responsibility for my choices. I had been choosing to feel the absence of love, because that's all anything outside of love is the absence of love. Love is what creates everything. Love is everything. Mr. Michael Singer states it in his book. The only reason that we do not feel love 100% of the time is because we have chosen to cut ourselves off from that love by paying more attention to the absence of it. And that's why your attention is the most important commodity that you have. And that is why everything everywhere is fighting so hard for your attention. When your attention, when my attention, when our attention is focused upon things that are in the absence of love, that are in the absence of light shining, we cause ourselves our own harm. We cause ourselves our own turmoil because we are choosing the absence of love. Love doesn't look the same to everyone, though. The way that I had to express love in this scenario was by removing my own opinion, by removing my own ego from the scenario and looking at the scenario for just a scenario. Okay, this thing is happening. I can choose to respond out of fear, out of pain, out of doubt, out of guilt, or I can choose to respond in love, in acceptance, in understanding, or at least an attempt to understand, at least an intent to understand. Big truck driving by. Again, distractions and intention. Distraction and attention, excuse me. I mixed up intention and attention once I had gotten it straight. How funny. But I chose to respond out of love. It was, yes, a tough choice because I had allowed my ego to get loud and to think it had some control. And I gave it attention. I listened to it. I said, yeah, you're right. Uh-huh. Yep. I do have a right to feel the way I feel, which we all do. I do have a right to show some attitude. I do have a right to say I don't want to participate in this unconditional love thing. I do have a right. I don't want to feel unconditional love for this situation. Most of the time, we don't want to feel unconditional love for things and situations because it causes all of our fight, all of our will, all of our anger, all of that. It causes all of that to stop. And you might say, well, of course, love would cause those things to stop. Choosing the unconditional love would automatically take those things away. Of course it would. But why is that a problem, Makaija? Why don't we like it when the unconditional love takes the place of the anger and the fear and the discomfort? Why do we fight that so much? And the answer is extremely simple. We're addicted to those lower vibrations. We are addicted to those lower emotions. Our bodies crave that stuff. Our minds crave that stuff. To be scientific, the chemicals that are released in our bodies, the genes that are upregulated in our bodies, the cells that are created through those lower vibrations are all in harmony with that lower vibration. And they affect how we act. So when we start to change that and become more unconditionally loving toward ourselves, first toward others, toward things, toward situations. Our bodies have a reaction and they say, wait, this isn't what I'm used to. Let's go back to that anger. Let's go back to that fear. Why did the anger and the fear disappear? Hold on, this is too uncomfortable. I feel too much love. Wait. I'm addicted to fear. I'm addicted to anger. I'm addicted to fear, right? I'm addicted to those things. And it's really just fear. Everything that's negative follows under fear, right? I'm addicted to insecurity. Addiction to all of those things, it's just like you taking away an addict's muse. If you take away nicotine from a cigarette smoker, their body, their minds, their thoughts, their feelings will have a reaction. It is a natural thing. But when you give it back to them, how do they feel? They feel better. But if you keep it away from them long enough, the temptation to go back to it eventually fades. So if we continue to cultivate this unconditional love through situations that happen in our lives, through the way people might talk to us, through the way a car might cut us off, through the way I lost my key this weekend and I unconditionally loved myself into finding it. I mean, the people that I came across in finding it were just beautiful people. And I ended up having a joyful experience. I did not freak out. I had people present with me to prove that I didn't freak out, right? That I said, okay, well, it's my house key. It's my freaking house key. I don't want to lose my house key. And what if someone saw me drop it? They know where I live, right? Or what if I dropped it outside in my front yard and then it's obvious that it's the house key, right? All these thoughts were coming up. But I said, hey, unconditional love. Love whoever finds that key. Love where the key is at. Love the scenario you're in. Because it is for you. On the journey of finding the self, we find God. On the journey of finding God, we find ourselves. In both journeys, unconditional love is the overpowering, overarching, most faithful, and most consistent currency that there is in the universe. Continue to unconditionally love yourself today. As it is another great and beautiful day, this podcast will not be recorded on video. It has not been recorded on video, all audio, but it will be posted on YouTube still. Ahead of time, we always appreciate the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, the shares, the laughs, the cries, the smiles and the frowns. We appreciate it all because without it, what the hell is the point? This has been Makaija. Mind is matter. Direct sunlight. Be the sun and not its rays.